The creation of Earth's first Star Destroyer marks a defining moment in human history, a powerful symbol of technological advancement, ambition, and necessity. For centuries, humanity looked up at the stars with wonder, dreaming of distant galaxies, alien worlds, and civilizations beyond imagination. But now that dream has evolved into something more tangible and formidable. This Star Destroyer is not just a ship. It is the embodiment of humanity's determination to survive, to compete, and to claim its rightful place among the stars. In a universe where advanced alien civilizations possess fleets of colossal ships and devastating weapons, Earth has long been considered a backwater world, primitive, inexperienced, and insignificant. Until now, humanity has relied on diplomacy, science, and peaceful exploration to make its mark in the galaxy. But the times have changed. The galaxy is no longer a place of hopeful curiosity. It has become a place of political tension, hidden threats, and existential dangers. The emergence of hostile factions, pirate coalitions, and empires that see Earth as an easy target has forced human leaders to make a difficult decision: to build something that could stand toe-to-toe with the giants of the galaxy. The Star Destroyer is the result. This ship is unlike anything Earth has ever created. It stretches several kilometers in length, bristling with heavy plasma cannons, missile batteries, shield generators, and a reinforced hull that can withstand the onslaught of even the most powerful alien weapons. Its engines can tear across the void faster than light, and its onboard AI is more intelligent and responsive than any machine in recorded history. It houses not just hundreds of crew members, but entire squads of drop troops, drones, and atmospheric assault vehicles. Every part of the ship has been engineered with one purpose: survival through superiority, but this Star Destroyer is more than a weapon. It is a message to the galaxy that humanity will no longer be ignored or underestimated. It tells the alien empires and galactic councils that Earth will not bow, will not cower, and will not remain silent when its people are threatened. We are not building this ship to conquer. We are building it to endure, to defend, and to remind the galaxy that we are here, and we intend to stay. The construction of this ship was not easy. It demanded sacrifice, unity, and the combined brilliance of the best minds on Earth. Scientists, engineers, tacticians, and laborers worked tirelessly for years, sometimes in secret, to design and assemble the Star Destroyer in orbit above Earth. Nations put aside their differences. Resources were pooled. For once, the petty squabbles of humanity were overshadowed by a common goal: to ensure our species would not be erased from the cosmic stage before it had the chance to truly shine. And while some may fear what this ship represents, militarization, escalation, perhaps even war, it is important to understand that this Star Destroyer is not a tool of aggression. It is a shield, a guardian. It stands between Earth and the cold indifference of a universe that does not care whether we live or die. We did not ask for conflict, but we are prepared for it. This ship is the line we draw in the void. A declaration that Earth is no longer defenseless. We are no longer at the mercy of those who see our compassion as weakness or our youth as vulnerability. As the Star Destroyer activates its engines and begins its maiden voyage, the eyes of the galaxy turn toward Earth. Some look on with fear, others with curiosity, a few with admiration, but for us it is a moment of pride and hope. This ship carries the dreams of billions, the courage of our ancestors, and the promise of a future forged by our own hands. This is not just a machine of war. It is the culmination of everything humanity has endured: our wars, our progress, our imagination, our struggle to reach the stars despite every obstacle. The Star Destroyer is not just Earth's first. It is Earth's voice, echoing through the darkness of space, telling the universe, we are here. We are ready, and we will never be silenced. The launch of Earth's first Star Destroyer is more than just a technological achievement. It is the moment humanity steps fully onto the galactic stage, not as curious explorers or diplomatic newcomers, but as a force to be reckoned with. For decades, Earth has remained on the sidelines of interstellar politics, observing and learning, hesitant to fully engage with the broader galactic community. We listened, we negotiated, we cooperated, but always from a position of caution, knowing we were the youngest among countless older, more powerful civilizations. Now all of that has changed. The Star Destroyer represents our transition from a quiet observer to an undeniable presence in the affairs of the galaxy. The galaxy is not a peaceful place. While great alliances and ancient empires claim to uphold order, the truth is far more chaotic. Power determines influence, fleets protect borders, and those who lack the means to defend themselves are often ignored, or worse, taken advantage of. Humanity learned this lesson the hard way. Trade disputes manipulated by stronger species, Earth colonies threatened by pirate factions, and critical negotiations where human voices were dismissed simply because we had no military presence. To back our ideals, peace, we discovered, was not something guaranteed. It was something enforced, and enforcement required strength. The Star Destroyer is that strength, but more importantly, it is our introduction to the galactic order not as passive participants, but as equals. For too long, Earth was seen as a protected world, a young species under the supervision of older, wiser powers. We were allowed to speak, but not to act, allowed to visit, but not to lead. That ends today. With this ship, we declare to the galaxy that Earth is no longer a student. We are ready to shape the future alongside the rest of the stars, and not just shape it, we are ready to defend it. This is not about seeking dominance. Humanity has never been driven by conquest. What drives us is the will to be heard, to have our values respected, and to protect what we build. The Star Destroyer does not carry the spirit of empire, it carries the spirit of independence. It is the banner under which we finally claim our seat at the galactic table not by permission, but by merit. It is the price of equality in a universe that respects strength more than sincerity. And this moment was not born overnight. Generations of scientists, visionaries, and diplomats laid the groundwork for our ascension. We forged alliances, gathered knowledge, and sent envoys across the stars to learn and understand. We respected the laws of the galaxy, followed its customs, and proved ourselves as responsible members of the interstellar community. But even as we worked in good faith, our limitations were constantly made clear. Our influence was conditional. Our security depended on the goodwill of others. Our autonomy was incomplete. The construction of the Star Destroyer is a direct response to that imbalance. It is a tool of deterrence, yes, but also a beacon, a symbol to other species that Earth is no longer a liability or a curiosity. We are a partner, a protector, a civilization willing to carry our share of the galactic burden, because with power comes responsibility, and we do not take that responsibility lightly. We are not entering this next chapter to provoke. We are entering it to contribute to the safety, stability, and future of the galaxy. Already, the ripples of the Star Destroyer's existence are spreading. Ambassadors speak of shifting alliances. Strategists recalculate balances of power. Former critics of Earth now speak with caution, and allies look at us with new respect. This ship has changed how others see us, but more importantly, it has changed how we see ourselves. We are no longer the fragile newcomers clinging to survival. We are pioneers, protectors, and participants in the grand story unfolding among the stars. And so, as Earth's first Star Destroyer powers up and prepares to take its place among the fleets of the galaxy, we do so with purpose and with pride. This is our announcement not just of capability, but of presence. The galaxy may be vast, filled with ancient forces and powerful factions. But Earth now stands among them, not beneath, not behind, but beside. From this moment forward, humanity is no longer emerging. We have emerged. The construction and deployment of Earth's first Star Destroyer signals that humanity is no longer sheltered from the dangers of the galaxy. It reveals a critical truth. Our universe is not a utopia of peace and cooperation, but a complex arena filled with shifting alliances, ancient grudges, and growing threats. High-stakes conflict is not a distant possibility. It is a reality we must now face. The very term Star Destroyer reflects this understanding. We did not build a ship of exploration, diplomacy, or colonization. We built a warship, a weapon, a vessel forged in the fires of necessity, not ambition. Because Earth, once innocent and idealistic in its approach to the stars, has learned the hard way that conflict is not always avoidable, and that survival sometimes demands strength. The galaxy is vast, and in its shadows lurk dangers that Earth had never imagined. Rogue warlords command outlaw fleets, preying on weak colonies and plundering trade routes. Ancient alien empires maintain peace through intimidation, not justice. The so-called councils and federations that claim to maintain order are often paralyzed by politics, corruption, or indifference. In this volatile environment, Earth's neutrality and goodwill have proven insufficient. Our diplomatic envoys have been ignored. Our peaceful outposts have been attacked. Our ships have been intercepted by pirates who laugh at our treaties and mock our lack of defenses. It became clear that without force we had no voice. Thus, the Star Destroyer was born, not out of conquest, but out of survival. It is a response to the lawlessness and unpredictability of the galaxy. Every weapon installed, every defense system activated, every engine calibrated for rapid deployment serves a single purpose: to protect. Not only Earth, but its allies, its colonies, and its ideals. It is designed to enter hostile space and return safely. It is made to intercept aggressors, escort vulnerable transports, and stand firm when others flee. It is not a ship designed for peace, but it is a ship built to preserve peace through the only language many powers in the galaxy seem to understand: strength. The decision to build such a ship did not come easily. There were debates, protests, and fears. After all, many on Earth believed we should not mirror the very militarism we hoped to rise above. But those arguments began to falter when our explorers started vanishing, when colonies cried for help and received none because Earth had nothing to send, when human lives were lost to raiders who saw our goodwill as weakness and our kindness as vulnerability. The lesson became impossible to ignore. In a galaxy governed by power, morality alone cannot ensure safety. Now, with the Star Destroyer in orbit, Earth is no longer seen as an open target. Its presence is a deterrent, a shield against chaos. Pirates reconsider their attacks. Predatory empires think twice before testing our resolve, and those who once dismissed humanity now watch us with a newfound respect or fear. But this is not a matter of intimidation. It is a matter of balance. A galaxy where only the strong can speak is a galaxy where the weak suffer in silence. The Star Destroyer gives us the strength to speak, to act, to protect those who cannot protect themselves. And yet, the threat of high-stakes conflict still looms. Already, some alien factions view Earth's new warship as a provocation. Whispers of alliances forming in secret echo across communication channels. Spies attempt to gather information on its design. Warnings are issued, ultimatums are hinted at, but we are ready, because this ship was not built to invite war, but it was built to survive one. It was built for the battles that may come, whether we desire them or not. It carries not just weapons, but resolve. The resolve of a species that has endured war, loss, and hardship for centuries on its own planet, and will not be broken among the stars. So let it be known, Earth does not seek war, but we will not run from it. The Star Destroyer represents our unwillingness to be victims. It is a promise to our people and our future that we will stand tall, even in the face of galactic firestorms. It is the embodiment of every lesson we've learned since stepping into the stars. Hope must be protected, peace must be defended, and survival sometimes demands firepower. This is the age of high-stakes conflict, and for the first time, Earth is not watching from the sidelines. We are ready. The unveiling of Earth's first Star Destroyer is more than a leap in military power. It is a bold, undeniable message to the galaxy. Humanity will no longer be ignored, dismissed, or patronized. For too long, Earth has existed in the galactic community as a junior member, a species seen as naive, inexperienced, and relatively harmless. We were the newcomers, the idealists, the observers who believed that diplomacy, reason, and goodwill were enough to guarantee our place among the stars. But the reality of the universe has proven far more harsh. Among ancient empires and ruthless factions, peace is not granted, it is earned. Respect is not offered, it is demanded, and Earth, once seen as a quiet bystander, is now stepping forward with a new voice, one forged in steel, powered by fusion, and armed to the teeth. The Star Destroyer itself is a marvel of design and intention. It represents the unity of Earth's diverse nations, industries, and ideologies, an unprecedented collaboration to craft something that could no longer be dismissed as primitive or quaint. Its very silhouette casts a shadow of significance across the stars. Where once alien captains scoffed at the sight of a human vessel, now they hesitate. They reassess because the arrival of the Star Destroyer has shattered the perception of Earth as a backwater planet protected only by treaties and goodwill. Now we have presence. Now we have projection. Now we can stand toe-to-toe with the galactic powers that once viewed us with condescension or pity. This change in perception was not spontaneous. It was earned through struggle, through trial, and through the sobering experiences of the last few decades. Earth's ambassadors endured countless diplomatic insults. Our scientists watched their contributions dismissed. Our colonies suffered when raiders attacked and no help came. We asked for recognition, and we were ignored. We asked for inclusion, and we were tolerated at best, but no more. The Star Destroyer is not just a weapon, it is an announcement. It is the flag we plant in the political fabric of the galaxy. It says, Earth matters, humanity counts. We are not children playing with alien toys. We are builders, warriors, and visionaries with our own path forward. The message resonates far beyond Earth. Across the galaxy, alien leaders are taking notice. Some are concerned, fearing a shift in the delicate balance of power. Others are curious, eager to see what kind of force humanity will become now that it no longer walks silently among giants. And some, perhaps the wisest of them, are beginning to see us for what we truly are, not threats but equals. Partners, competitors, beings capable of defending their dreams and shaping their destiny. The Star Destroyer does not scream domination. It speaks of dignity. It tells the galaxy that we are finished waiting for permission to matter. This transformation has also affected humanity itself. Where once there was doubt, there is now pride. Where there was hesitation, there is resolve. Citizens across Earth look to the stars with something new in their eyes, not just wonder, but confidence. They see the Star Destroyer as a monument to their identity, a product of Earth's struggles, triumphs, and the unyielding spirit that has always driven us to reach farther, climb higher, and push beyond the limits imposed on us. It is not merely a tool of defense, it is a reflection of who we have become. Critics will say that we are militarizing, that we are abandoning our peaceful ideals. But those voices misunderstand the purpose of strength. We have not built the Star Destroyer to conquer. We have built it so that we no longer have to kneel. True peace comes when all parties stand on equal footing. And equality in the galaxy demands that we carry weight. We will still offer diplomacy. We will still seek cooperation. But we will never again arrive at the table empty-handed, and so the Star Destroyer moves forward not as a threat, but as a beacon, a symbol of a species that has been underestimated for too long. It is the first of its kind, but it will not be the last. For Earth has found its voice, and we will use it not in arrogance, but in purpose. We will no longer whisper our intentions. We will speak them with the roar of engines and the certainty of armor. The galaxy will listen because Earth has arrived, and this time it will not be silenced. As the Star Destroyer rises into orbit, cloaked in the cold brilliance of the stars, its presence carries more than steel and weapons. It carries the weight of history. This is not just the unveiling of a warship. It is the culmination of everything Earth has endured since it first looked up at the night sky and dreamed of more. For centuries, humanity has been marked by struggle, division, and conflict, yet equally by resilience, innovation, and unity in the face of danger. The Star Destroyer stands as a testament to those who sacrificed, who dared to dream, and who built a future no longer dictated by fear or inferiority. It is a symbol not just of power, but of memory, of the long road that brought us to this moment. There was a time when Earth's place in the galaxy was uncertain. When we made first contact, we were overwhelmed by the scope of the civilizations that had flourished for millennia. Towering star empires, fleets of unimaginable scale, and political structures so old they barely remembered how they began. In that immense theater, Earth was a newcomer with no legacy and no influence. Our early interstellar ventures were marked by hesitation. Our requests for partnerships often met with polite dismissal. We had arrived at the grand stage of the cosmos, but without a script, without a voice loud enough to be heard over the cacophony of older powers. But we are a species that remembers. We remember our failures and learn from them. We remember our tragedies and grow stronger. We remember our history not to be bound by it, but to be shaped by it. And in that remembrance we began to build something greater. We forged alliances not out of convenience, but through trust. We studied, we listened, and we worked to understand the systems that govern the stars. All the while, we prepared, quietly, patiently, because we knew that one day the galaxy would test us, not with words, but with fire. That day came sooner than expected. Pirate attacks on our colonies, a diplomatic betrayal at the Council of Kator, a refugee crisis ignored by those who claimed moral leadership. Each event deepened our resolve and widened our understanding of how fragile peace could be. We realized that if Earth wanted to protect its people, its future, and its values, it could no longer rely on others to do so. We would have to carry that burden ourselves. The Star Destroyer was born not just as a tool of survival, but as a monument to that hard-earned realization. It was not built by one nation, one corporation, or one ideology. It was built by humanity. Every continent, every culture, every language left its mark on this ship. Engineers from Tokyo, technicians from Lagos, alloy designs from Brazil, orbital systems developed in Mumbai. This was humanity at its finest, not divided by borders, but united by purpose. The Star Destroyer represents what we are capable of when we stand together. It is the first of its kind, and it carries with it the legacy of Earth as one world. Yet, it is not a symbol of revenge. This is not a ship launched in anger. It is launched in remembrance and in determination. Determination that never again will our people be voiceless. Determination that never again will human lives be expendable on the galactic stage. Determination that peace, if it is to mean anything, must be defended with more than words. We do not seek war, but we will never again hide from it. If the galaxy wishes to test us, let them find that Earth remembers and Earth endures. There is power in remembrance. In every hull plate lies the memory of those lost to conflict. In every engine burn is the drive of generations who dreamed beyond the stars. In every weapon system is the resolve to never be helpless again. This is not just a warship. It is a memory made real, a story written in steel that says, "We are here, we remember, and we will never forget what it took to arrive." The galaxy will remember this day not for the rise of a warship, but for the rise of a people who refused to be forgotten. Earth has remembered its past, now it writes its future, and the Star Destroyer is the pen. As the engines of Earth's first Star Destroyer ignite and it begins its maiden voyage through the stars, a silent transformation takes place not just in the shipyards of our planet, but in the very identity of our species. With this vessel, humanity takes a definitive step from being observers of the galactic stage to becoming true participants, even leaders. The Star Destroyer is not merely a technological marvel or a tool of defense. It is a declaration that Earth is no longer content to be shaped by the galaxy's chaos. From this point on, humanity intends to help shape the galaxy itself. We are not just surviving in this vast, often hostile universe, we are stepping forward to lead. The road to leadership has never been easy. In a galaxy ruled by age-old empires and cultures that span thousands of years, newcomers are rarely taken seriously. Humanity has been treated as a young, reckless civilization with limited understanding and even less influence. We were invited to sit in the back of the galactic chamber, to listen quietly, and to follow orders made by powers that barely acknowledged our voice. Our knowledge was considered crude, our customs outdated, our values simplistic, and yet we endured. We learned, we adapted, but while we adapted, we also watched. We saw the hypocrisy in many galactic powers, those who claimed to value peace, yet maintained fleets built for domination. Those who spoke of freedom, yet turned a blind eye to oppression. Those who promised alliances, but fled the moment their interests were no longer served. Earth watched, and we remembered. We remembered every betrayal, every lost colony, every silent cry for help that went unanswered. And through that painful observation, we made a decision not to mimic the galaxy's mistakes, but to build something better. Leadership, true leadership, does not come from fear or manipulation. It comes from responsibility. This Star Destroyer is not an instrument of conquest. It is a shield, forged from that very sense of responsibility. Responsibility to protect our people, yes, but also to protect those who have no voice, to answer distress calls that others ignore, to intervene when no one else will. With this ship, Earth signals that it will no longer passively observe injustice. We have the strength to make a difference and the courage to use it wisely. Already, other species are watching us with new eyes. Some with suspicion, others with admiration. The Star Destroyer's launch has shifted the galactic conversation. Earth is no longer a peripheral world. It is a rising power, not because we built a bigger weapon, but because we built it with purpose. That purpose is what makes us dangerous to those who thrive on exploitation. Because humanity brings with it a memory of struggle, a passion for freedom, and an unwillingness to accept silence in the face of suffering. These values, when backed by strength, make for a leadership the galaxy has not seen in millennia, but we do not step into this role with arrogance. We know the dangers of power, and we bear the scars of our own history. The wars we've fought, the mistakes we've made, and the civilizations we nearly destroyed. All of it serves as a reminder of what happens when leadership turns into domination. That is why this new era must be guided by principle. The Star Destroyer carries not just missiles and shields, it carries the weight of accountability. If we are to lead, we must lead differently. To do so, we must remain grounded. We must remember who we are, a species born not in comfort, but in chaos. Not in certainty, but in curiosity. Our strength has never been in our size, our speed, or our age. It has always been in our will, in our unshakable belief that we can improve, that we can turn pain into progress, that we can rise again and again, no matter how many times we fall. That belief now takes flight among the stars, carried forward by the Star Destroyer. This ship is only the beginning. More will follow: ships of defense, ships of diplomacy, ships of science. Earth will offer its voice to the galaxy, but it will be a voice backed by strength and guided by wisdom. The age of Earth as a silent participant is over. The age of Earth as a galactic leader has begun. Let the stars bear witness. We are here not to conquer, but to guide, not to dominate, but to protect, not to imitate the failures of the past, but to forge a better future. This is our calling, and we answer it together.